Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flowers Guy. Welcome to another episode of Timmy's Nostalgic Showcase. I've been doing these videos about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In part 1, I talked about the TV series. In part 2, I talked about the toys. In part 3, I talked about the movies. This is part 4 of TMNT. And I'm going to be talking about the arcade games and the video games and the games that came out on home consoles. The first game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. The original arcade cabinet. And I remember my first time experiencing this game at Face Off Circle, where my brother used to play high school hockey. And they had an arcade in the arena, and they had a couple of pinball games, and they also had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I also recall playing this game down the shore. Me and my dad played this game. We played 2-player co-op on this game, and it was really fun. This arcade game is a true classic for 80s and 90s kids. Many kids would spend many quarters on this game. This game is truly one of my favorites, and it has so much nostalgia to it. Next game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Now, the first game was released in '89. I think this game was released somewhere around 92 or 93. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. This is a classic as well. I spent a lot of my quarters playing this game in arcades and playing this game at my local Champions arcade that used to be in the Roosevelt Mall. This game has 4-player co-op. Turtles in Time is a strange game because you do a lot of time traveling in this game. You hit the first level is Manhattan, and then you fight enemies like on a pirate ship. You go back in time to the caveman times, and all different kinds of levels in this classic arcade game. I really enjoyed this one. Next is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. This game was a frustrating mess. I remember playing this game and not really getting far in it. It is frustrating. I watched an episode where the Angry Video Game Nerd talked about last episode of AVGN, where James Roth, the Angry Video Game Nerd, talked about how bad this game is and how incredibly difficult this game is. This game was released, I think, in '87. I got to year now, I forget. But this was a really fun game. And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game for the NES. Is the sequel. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game based on the original arcade game. This game I enjoyed. This was a beat 'em up. And honestly, a Ninja Turtles game should be a beat 'em up. That's just how I feel about that. It shouldn't be an action platform. It should be a basic beat 'em up game. And I really enjoyed this game. I got pretty far on this one. I think this game was released somewhere around 1990, and this game was actually really fun to play, and I had many good times playing this game. Coming home after school and playing this game on my Nintendo Entertainment System. Next game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3: The Manhattan Project. I never really knew that this game existed until I borrowed it from my cousins. I really enjoyed this game. This was a fun beat 'em up. And in this game, I think Shredder turns tries to flood Manhattan, and it's up to the Turtles to defeat the enemies in this game. I think in this game, Tokar and Razor are in this game, I think. I'm not really sure. I got very far in this game, and I had a lot of fun with this one. This one's a classic. Well, this one's a really good game. Next game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4: Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. I never played this game, but I heard a lot of great things about this game. This game is based on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. This game was released in 1992, and this is a really good SNES game. So that's for the Super NES. Next we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyper Stone Heist for the Sega Genesis. This game is amazing. I used to play this game all the time. I remember getting up to the level where you play Tatsu. And let me tell you, that was one of the hardest levels I've ever played. My brother also played this game. He was able to get all the way up to the Technodrome level. Unfortunately, he could not retrain, and he got very far in this game. I used to play this game all the time. I used to borrow this game all the time from my cousins. It was my absolute favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. A lot of people say that this game is just like Turtles in Time, but on the Sega Genesis. And I agree, because this game has the same plot as the other game. And I really had a lot of fun with this, just going through the game and fighting the Foot Clan. And this game is awesome. Next game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the Super Nintendo. I remember going to Wilkes-Barre and watching my cousin play this game on the Super Nintendo. He was really good at it, and I tried to play it myself. I wasn't that good, but the game was fun. The graphics in this game are amazing. The story's amazing. The gameplay's amazing. It's all a great game. This game had rave reviews of being one of the best fighting games on the Super Nintendo. A game that could compete, a game that was able to compete with Street Fighter 2. So, it's a really good game. Next game is one of the absolute worst games that I have ever rented, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the Sega Genesis. This game is awful. The difficulty is unfair. The voices in this game suck. The graphics are abysmal. This game is horrible. That's all I gotta say about that. Stay away from this version. Next game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the NES. Yes, there was an NES version of this game. This game was released in 1994, One of the last NES games released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. From what I hear, this game isn't bad. This game is actually really fun to play, although it is a slight downgrade from the Super Nintendo version. This game is fun, and this game can be enjoyable, so it's a really good game. Now, I'm not really going to talk about the Game Boy games, because I don't really know much about the Game Boy games. I'm only talking about the games that I know and the games that I've been exposed to. So, guys, thank you for joining me. And from what I hear, I think you can play all these games in the Cowabunga collection from the Nintendo Switch. Guys, thank you for joining me. Before I go, I'd like to show you some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game commercials. Guys, thank you for joining me in the next episode. I'm going to be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fast food tie-ins in my next episode. And then after that, in the finale,
fresh from the sewer. And into your Nintendo Entertainment System comes Ultra's version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now you can take control of these heroes in a half shell as they nunchuck, swim, and bazooka blast their way through sewers and streets, ridding the world of rival robots, wretched ruffians, and the evil Foot Clan forever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're out of the sewers and available where Ultra games are sold.
Ultra's improved your favorite arcade game. First, we added 2 new levels, then packed it with bigger, stronger enemies and a ton of extra foot soldiers. Next, we punched up the action with knockout new attack moves and crime-fighting scenes like the Ninja Castle. If that doesn't swell your shell, we made one more small adjustment. Introducing the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, today's biggest hit. For your NES. Free personal pan pizza coupon from Pizza Hut in every box.
This is Cowabunga. And this is Cowabunga. But the turtles for your 16-bit system are Cowabunga! Holy cow, it's Turtles in Time! The cool arcade game for Super NES, now with tasty turtle duels. And psych up your Sega Genesis with the Hyper Stone Heist and all new 3D Turtle Thrash. So remember, this is Cowabunga. But the turtles for Super NES and Sega Genesis are...
Cowabunga, dude.
Tamed by success, the turtles lost their savage edge. Greed is dead. It's a new breed carved from the streets. Concrete fists batter alien flesh, 1-on-1. As power joins forces with rage, ripping through fear, and no one sheds a tear for mutilated mutants. Giant warriors crushed by street tough turtles who have shed soft shells for a hard dose of reality. In Konami's Tournament Fighters.